Divine Rising, Divine Rising. It's Monday. How are we doing? We'll be getting started in just 1 minute. I'm just finishing up the post on Patreon on the topic we're talking about today. You can support me on Patreon. You can read this post if you're a Patreon member. I think this one is just open to the public. If you want to read the complete post, it is on Patreon. We'll be getting started in just 1 minute. Divine Rising. Please tap the screen, share the live. We started in just 1 minute. I'm just getting situated. It's Monday morning. Let's go back off this and let's get to this. Let's see if this is acting. TikTok is acting a little funky as usual. So we seem to be okay so far. Please tap the screen, show the love, share the live. We will be getting started in 1 minute. We'll be talking about the third eye chakra and how it relates to your personal power. Finishing up our series on personal power, how to raise your vibration. Divine Rising. Third eye chakra. And raise your personal power. I hope everyone can hear me okay. Let's just make sure our sound is up. Divine Rising, Divine Rising. How's everyone doing today? We'll be starting in just a minute. I can't do too much on TikTok. I get banned a lot for showing and saying certain things. When I show this, TikTok usually finds some way to ban me if I actually play the sound bowl. TikTok bans that. Yeah, we are not dealing with that energy today. Not dealing with that energy today. All these fake ass bot sites. So if I do this, I get banned or blocked or restricted. They call it restricted. If I do this, I speak about our bracelets will get restricted. Divine Rising, Divine Rising. I was saying all the ways I get restricted on TikTok. Give me 1 second. It's a little dark. Let me see if I can lighten it up. I guess that's better. Thank you for the follow, Divine Rising. We will be talking about the third eye and raising your personal power. This is finishing up our series. We're doing the crown tomorrow. It was part of a 3-part series where one was attracting a positive relationship, raising your relationship vibration. The other one we did was raising your prosperity vibration. This is your personal power vibration. So we're finishing up this series. We're going to start a new one Wednesday. I think everyone's going to be very excited about that. Divine Rising, Divine Rising. We had a transit this weekend. We did a transit this weekend. The transit we did this weekend give me 1 second, Vesta enters Libra. So we did Vesta enter Libra this weekend. As for my sub, this transit, I have no idea what you're asking me to do. I have no idea what you're asking to do. You're here to participate. You are welcome. All right. I don't repeat courses. I don't care anything about being better with TikTok. That is not my goal. That is my goal, not my goal. My goal is to share the knowledge, and those that are interested they will get it. They will get it. So our transit this weekend, we spoke of the colors that we are going to be. I hope TikTok doesn't block that, but we are dealing with red, yellow, and green. Red being the root chakra, yellow being the solar plex, and green being the heart. If you're familiar with this channel, we work with our chakras. All right. If you're new here, you might want to just take a moment to absorb what we're doing. All right. So we work with our chakras on this channel. We have various chakras that we work with depending on our transits. So please tap the screen, show the love, share the live. This channel is not for everybody. There may be other channels you might be interested in. And this channel, we work on our chakras. We'll be getting started in just a minute. I was mentioning that I can't do a whole lot of things, spiritual things here on TikTok. They tend to get restricted. I don't know why. I do know why, but I do not let that stop us in our journey. So let's just set the space really clear quickly. I hope this does not restrict my TikTok. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hang around. You'll figure out what we're doing. We are working with our chakras. We are completing a series of our chakras, raising your personal power. All right. We're working on our third eye today. And tomorrow we'll be finishing up with our crown chakra. All right. I want to start off a little different today before we begin our discussion. I want to start off a little different today. I want to start with I call it a chakra prayer. You guys can repeat along or just listen as we begin this session, and then we'll move into our talk. Divine Source, I come to you with open heart and humble spirit, seeking your divine light and love to flow through me. I ask for your guidance and support as I align my chakras, embracing my true essence. Ground my root chakra in the earth's energy, providing me with stability and security, helping me release any fears or doubts so that I may feel safe and connected to my body and this plane of existence. Strengthen my sacral chakra to embrace my creativity and passion. May I honor my desires and experience joy in my emotions. Empower my solar plex chakra with divine radiant light, igniting my personal power and confidence. Help me to stand strong in my truth and take action with courage, believing in my abilities. Open my heart chakra, filling it with unconditional love and compassion. Help me to love myself and others deeply, releasing any pain or resentment that blocks my capacity to connect. Clear and strengthen my throat chakra, allowing me to express my truth with clarity and grace. Guide me to speak authentically and listen deeply, fostering a meaningful connection to all my relationships. Illuminate my third eye with divine wisdom, granting me insights and clarity. Help me to trust my intuition and see beyond illusion, connecting me to the higher truths of the universe. Open my crown chakra to receive your divine guidance and enlightenment, connecting with the divine source of all things and my higher self, embracing the oneness of all that is. May May all experience my love and light as I align my chakras and allow divine flow guide me in this earthly journey, embodying my true self in every moment. If you are here, then you are interested in chakras and understanding how we align our chakras to raise our consciousness and our vibration. If you're not interested in that, then that's what we're going to be talking about today. This may not be live for you. Welcome to all that are interested in working on their chakras, understanding that your chakras hold energy, they hold trauma, and for you to align to your higher self, you need to heal that in those chakras. So divine rising, let's get started with our talk and we'll see how it progresses, okay? The first thing we want to talk about as we move into our third eye work. I appreciate everyone that's here. Thank you for being a part of this. We are going to talk about limited intuition. The third eye chakra is closely linked to your intuition and inner vision. When this chakra is blocked, your ability to trust your instincts diminish, leading to uncertainty and self-doubt. This can prevent you from making confident decisions, which is essential for asserting your personal power. Thank you. When I came on this platform, my first goal was to reconnect people to their inner self. I'm really not a fan of TikTok. You guys don't realize how much manipulation they do and how they're about the money and how they actually restrict positive information while pushing up negative information. So I'm really not a fan of, but I am grateful that I've had the opportunity to work on TikTok and to meet so many powerful people and so many people interested in their journey and able to share that information with them. All right, I have a pretty large subscriber base for when we do more closely work. We work on our chakras through affirmations and meditations in our subscriptions. We do it on the movements of the planet with our transits. We just finished one up Saturday, or was it Sunday? We just finished a transit up. It must have been Saturday. It wasn't yesterday. That transit was yesterday. Wow. Vesta enters Libra. It seemed like such a long time ago, but it was just yesterday. All right. So I am grateful for this platform. All right. But where I started it, though, we used to have these, I didn't call them games, I call them practices. And I don't know if a lot of people were here with me in the beginning, but our practice consists of some mind reading, some remote viewing, guessing the next card. All that was to stimulate this third eye. It was to decalcify the pineal gland to get people more in touch with their intuition, their gut impressions, their gut feelings. Okay. That's what we started off with. We don't no longer do that. We have graduated from that and moved on from that. But as we go back to trying to raise our personal power, what is your personal power? Your personal power is how you show up, your confidence, how you present yourself to the world. All right. That's why your personal power is important. It's how you show up and how you present yourself to the world, how you influence others. The impression people have of you, it comes from your personal power. So we went through each chakra to look for blockages, to identify blockages in each chakra regarding your personal growth and how you present your personal power. So we're on the third eye chakra, and we have come full circle to that third eye being blocked and you having limited intuition, limited insight on things, which can prevent you from achieving or reaching your personal power. When you are limited in your insight, your instincts are diminished. And then you lead to uncertainty, and self-doubt. The uncertainty and self-doubt is what most people who are in their personal power are pretty confident. They're pretty sure of themselves. They actually move with certainty. But that's because they're tapped into their instincts and they're tapped into, you know, their deeper understanding of things. When your third eye is blocked, you lose that ability, and that can limit your personal power. All right. Let's move on to restricted clarity. A healthy third eye chakra allows for clear thinking and insight. Blockage can result in confusion, mental fog, and difficult seeing the bigger picture. As you walk into your personal power, you want to see the bigger picture. You want to see the moves within moves. You want to feel confident that you understand the game. You ever been into a game and you're not sure of the rules and you're very insecure in your position? That limits your personal power. A blocked third eye is the same way. It can limit your ability to move with confidence. You don't really see the bigger picture. This lack of clarity can make it challenging to recognize your strengths and capabilities, which in turn diminish your sense of personal power. I like to add to that, not only seeing your strengths and capabilities, but understanding your limitations. Everyone should know their limitations. They should know what they're capable of. They should understand the things that they cannot achieve, and so that you play to your strength. If you're not sure of your weaknesses, you can be exploited. You know, I had a conversation with someone else about the ego, and they insisted to me that they were not in their ego. And I told them that was a dangerous place to be because you will have a blind spot. The ego is the enemy. And if you are not aware how powerful the ego can be, you know, you can create a blind spot, and the ego will use that to its advantage. The ego will use that to its advantage, and you will never see it coming. So you should definitely be aware of your weaknesses, not only your capabilities, not only your strengths, but where you're lacking at and where you're weak at. If you know you are addicted to sugar, then you try to avoid sweet things. But a lot of people refuse. In shadow work, we learn our shadows. We learn our darkness. Thank you for the rose. We learn our limitations. And it's just important. It's not nothing negative. It's not nothing negative to learn your limitation, to learn what you're not good at, to learn what you lack is. Like when people see their earth signs and they kind of lean into that. And I've said this before. They say, well, I'm a Scorpio, I'm this and that. And they kind of embrace that negativity about that sign. You know, I'm a Taurus. We're real pig-headed. You know, we're real bullheaded. I mean, it's good to have willpower in things, but it's also negative to never be able to change your mind. And so sometimes your earth sign can be your lesson. And so one of the lessons that you learn is your limitation. Learn where you are not strong at. Because A, you can strengthen those things. You can know that those things are your challenges and you can work on those things. So there's a lesson for you. And B, you cannot be blindsided by something you know that you lacked in or you didn't know that you lacked in, that someone else sees and they expose and use, and you did not even know that about yourself. So that's what a blocked third eye can allow you to see, not only your strengths, but also your weaknesses. They are not a negative. They are a lesson. Welcome, Divine Rising. We're talking about the third eye. Please tap screenshot of love. This is the last of our series on personal power vibration. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. If you don't believe that, this may not be the live for you. Everything is energy. Not only the physical things, but the non-physical thing. Your thoughts exist in energy. Okay? Your brain sits in a black box. It has never seen light. It has never heard sound. Your brain sits in a black box. The way it interprets the world is through an electromagnetic-chemical reaction. That's the way you interpret the world. You don't interpret the world through light waves or through sound waves. They are transferred or transformed into electromagnetic chemical reactions. And that's how your brain interprets the world. So everything exists as energy, even your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions. And a lot of times when we're holding negative emotion, that energy, we hold it in a certain place in our body. We're actually holding that energy. When you're discussing something and you feel that way again, you're bringing back forth that energy. Whether it be negative or positive, you're bringing forth that energy. When we do work on our chakras, we identify which chakras may be holding energy that is preventing us from reaching our higher selves. I talked to someone the other day and I had to tell them to be sure they don't attract the same type of person they finally finished a relationship with. And the way that you avoid that is by constantly working to raise your vibration. If you are attracting the same type of people into your lives, you are bringing that energy towards you because you are not raising your vibration to attract higher consciousness energy. Please tap the screen, show the love, share the live. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. We're not going to be here long. We just wanted to go over our next to last talk on the third eye and how it relates to raising your personal power vibration. Everything operates in energy. Everything has a vibration. Everything has a frequency. Does anyone know the frequency of love? We went over that extensively, the frequency of love. We want to get into our highest level of vibration. If you are experiencing the same things in your life, that's because you're operating at that same vibrational level. There's no growth there. There's nothing you have done to change that, except say in your mind, I'm not doing that again, and then find out 3 months later you're doing it again. Okay? If you're not living in your true purpose, if you are a creative person and you feel stifled by a job that does not allow you to be creative, right? There's a blockage somewhere in your chakra. We went over that. It's probably in your sacral chakra or your willpower, your solar chakra. That's preventing you. Oh, thank you very much. That is preventing you from walking in your true purpose. You did not come here to get a job. There's nowhere in your soul contract that is supposed to be your mission and purpose. We come here to get a job to support our physical beings, but that is not our mission and purpose here. All right? That is not why you're here in this reincarnation. All right? You are here to heal your trauma and raise your vibration to the next level of existence. So right now we went over the throat, and now we're talking about the third eye and how the third eye can have blockages that are preventing you from raising your consciousness, okay? If you haven't been part of our talks, I posted them on another channel. You know the channel. Every time I say the channel, another platform. Let's say another platform. I posted them on another social media platform. Every time I mention it, TikTok has a way of restricting my lives. I've been restricted more than anyone I can think of for just talking to people, just for sharing this information. Not many people even tapped into this, but TikTok does not like me to share this. I can't do the smallest things in this platform without getting restricted. I'm not even saying anything negative, disparaging, or anything. Well, that means you have to do the work. I don't know why you would be attracted to low vibrational men. I hate to tell you that it may be because you exist in a low vibrational state. I don't mean that negatively. V the Revolution, welcome, welcome, welcome. That's one of my subscribers. Well, I don't mean that negatively. I mean, there's a lot of reason we operate in low vibration. It's because, we feel lack, or we're in survival mode, we're defensive, or, we believe that there's scarcity. So we operate in low vibration. You heal that energy. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to come off the wrong way, but when you heal, you break up that energy. You break up that energy, and that allows divine energy to flow in you. You are a divine being. You are one of the most powerful beings. I want to tell you guys something as we move on. Stop letting people gaslight you. Stop letting people gaslight you. Stop letting people gaslight you. And I'm going to tell you how they do that. All right? Let me tell you how they do that. All right? They tell you you're not valuable. They tell you you're not important. Your job gives you the impression. Let's just use your job. I know there's some relationships like that and the people gaslight. Let's use your job. They tell you you're not important, but why did they hire you? You're quite welcome, B. You're quite welcome. Why did they hire you if they don't need you? Why are you there? If they get rid of you, they're going to get someone else that they need, so they must need you. Whether you work out or not, you need it, okay? You are important. This system likes to tell you that you're not important. This system likes to gaslight you and tell you that there's nothing value in you, but all the while sucking everything out of you, while pulling all your energy out of you and telling you in the same verse, same voice, oh, you're not that important. We don't need you. I'm just keeping you around because I don't know why. Don't let the world gaslight you. Realize how important and how valuable you are. Now, granted, a lot of us are operating at the lowest level of our energy. We normally walk around at 30 to 35, 40 hertz. Okay? You're much more powerful than that. But yeah, you're operating at a very low energy, so you are just a Duracell battery plugged in because you're low vibration in your connection to divine source. Let's say that. Your low vibration in your connection to divine source. All right? So they just plug you in just to drain that little bit of energy out of you. And then you barely have enough energy to get back home, to get back there the next day. You think it's about money. You really think it's about money, but it's not. Money is what's called a currency. You ever heard money being called a currency? It relates to energy. It is an energy that powers you. All right? It is an energy. It is a currency. It's nothing. It is a means that powers you. All right? We just use it in a physical form. But it is actually an energy. It has a vibration and it powers you. And the more that you can get of, the more you can power yourself. So it is important. It is important. But you have to understand that you are also important, that you have energy too that comes from divine source. When you're connected to earth in your lower chakras and that energy flows unimpeded through your chakras. Okay? Let's go back over what chakras are. Chakras are actually energy centers within the body, okay? And they spin. They spin, all right? What causes them to spin is the energy from the earth that connects with the energy from divine source that causes your chakras to spin. Well, I am definitely with you on that. I left traditional employment a long time ago. It is always a challenge on your own. So I'm sending you love and light, V. I hope you're following your guidance and you're connecting to divine source because you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay once you're following divine source and your guidance. And I hope I can share something that helps you in that journey. I do feel what you're saying. So as your chakras are spinning, inside of your chakras are the seeds to your potential. All right? Those are the seeds to your potential. And when you nurture those seeds, right, you grow to your highest potential. And it's nurtured by the movement of currency, of the connection of currency. See, a lot of us replace money currency with divine energy currency. All right? And then you're blocked. You're blocked in that because you're not getting the money. You are still a powerful being, whether you get the money or not. You are still a very powerful being. You are one with the all. When you become connected with source, there's nothing beyond you. There's nothing beyond you. Nothing you cannot accomplish, nothing you cannot do, nothing you cannot see, nothing you cannot understand. How does that work? is that pure connection. But because of the traumas that we experience in this plane of existence, that connection is blocked. That connection is blocked in one of these chakras, maybe two of these chakras, maybe three of those chakras. That connection is blocked. So if you're curious to where your personal power vibration is, I have a free questionnaire you can fill out. The link is in the link tree. Click on the link tree. You'll go to that page and you can, well, you have to know which one is blocked first. I have. Oh, the music industry, V. The music industry is brutal. Let's figure out where you're blocked at first. I said a prayer earlier. I said prayer. I said a chakra prayer earlier before a lot of people came in, because I really want to illustrate how important it is to work on clearing the trauma in your chakras. The prayer is free on my Patreon page. It is a chakra prayer. It asks for guidance and support in each one of those chakras. You can go to my Patreon page and you can check it out. We used to do tapping. For those that have been with me a while, I still do occasionally do tapping, but doing the work is what gets you to that next level of higher consciousness. So as we talk about each chakra, we're talking about the third eye chakra today. I try to illustrate what each chakra can be experiencing that is preventing you from operating in your true personal power and your true self-sovereign itself. We are so dependent on the world that all it does is brutalize us and use us, and we keep coming back for more and more and more. As you say, B, going back to a job over and over again that keep misusing you because you don't trust your own self. You are totally right. If you're challenging yourself, if you're uncomfortable, you're probably doing something right. I've had people follow me, unfollow me, follow me again, unfollow me. Just being human. They just being humany, They just being human. Well, that's probably because you don't have any guidance, Dinah. You don't have any guidance. If you've been working on yourself, you can't work on yourself. You need guidance. You need someone to help you with that journey. I think here in America, in a Western society, we do it. Well, I did it on my own. I did. No, you didn't. You ain't did nothing on your own. You ain't did nothing on your own. You need guidance and you need support in your journey. So let's move on to the next point really quickly. I don't know what that means. Books. What does that mean? That's only one part of your journey. I've done a lot more things than read. You're quite welcome. I give a lot of information out on here. Some people find it valuable. I'm just saying, they find it valuable. There's a lot of people that throw out random things, but I try to make it all make sense. Well, books are only one part of the whole journey. One part of the whole journey. So let's move to the next part. And that's probably the best way to go, is to take everything that resonates, leave what doesn't, and then try to put it all together in your journey. Because I don't know your journey. But I can give you some guidance in it. Emotional imbalance. The third eye influences your emotional responses and perception. The third eye experiences how you respond to the world and your perception. A blockage can lead to a heightened anxiety, fear, or paranoia, which can sap your energy and weaken your personal power vibration. Now, you would think fear and lack resides in your lower chakras, your sacral. But here we're learning that fear, anxiety can also stem from the third eye. Okay? Thank you. I want to give you guys an example, all right, of how important that third eye is in your personal power. All right. If you ever closed your eyes and you walked around a room with your eyes closed, your physical eyes closed, you know how uncertain you feel as you move around the room, how uncomfortable you feel when your eye is closed, all right? And when you open your eyes, you're more sure. You're more confident in your movements. Apply that to your spiritual, as above as below. Apply that to your spiritual personal power vibration. If this third eye is closed, you're uncertain. You're unsure about a lot of things. You're moving around spiritually like your eyes are closed physically. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? Okay? Does that resonate? That if you're moving around with this third eye closed, you are uncertain, you are unsure. All right? And the thing I try to get people to understand more importantly is the physical body is temporarily. This is temporary. Are you, if you're of any age and you're above the age, I was 20 and now I'm much older, okay? And I know this body is temporary. It doesn't do what it did at 15, 20, 25. I can feel it slowing down. I always wonder, when you see an old person walking, do they realize how slow they moving? I don't know if I look at myself as I grow. Am I moving a lot slower? Am I responding to a lot of things a lot slower? You know? I'm like, if you're driving behind me, welcome, ready. Is that ready? That's Chanel. Welcome. If you're driving behind me now and you honk your horn at me because I'm driving slow, what I do is stop and I look around like a real old man, like, I do it just to annoy people, but it's like, that's what older people do. When you tell them something, they stop for a moment and they look around and you're like, what the hell are you doing? Come on. For us, that have older parents, I know what you know. I know you, and you're caring for your older parents, and you've seen them, and you like you're waiting forever for them to get in the car, and you're trying to be patient, and you like, and then please don't interrupt them. Don't say hurry up, because they're gonna come to a full stop and say don't, and give you a whole speech about rushing them. I don't know what that means. All right, I'm trying to illustrate something. They give you a whole speech about interrupting them. Divine rising. You say, yes, that's your day. So don't just let them be let them be them. Let them be them, okay? Because if you want to go anywhere, don't rush them. Don't rush them because you're going to come to a whole stop there, all right? All right. I said that to say, thank you, Mother Kill. I said that to say that I know this body has a time limit. This body has a time limit. And we spend so much effort into this body, not fully understanding that this thing is short here. This is short. Your spiritual self is eternal. You'll focus here all on this physical plane. And I'm saying, don't you take care of yourself and do the right and eat right. I'm not saying don't, but you focus so much on this physical short time when you neglect your whole spiritual journey. You neglect the whole spiritual part of your journey. You're worried about colors, you're worried about, clothes, you're worried about what people say, and you really are not fully understanding the most important part of you is your spiritual self. That's the one that's eternal. That's the one that continues to grow. That's the one that continues to expand. That's where your focus should be. Not on this temporary part right here. Because you're going to come back again. Energy can never, it's been proven by science, energy cannot be destroyed or created. It always exists. You always exist because you're pure energy. Now, the form you take on is temporarily. So it's more important to do the work on the spiritual side. let's move on. We're talking about the third eye and the blockages that can happen in the third eye that are preventing you from operating in your personal power. I want you to be in your personal power because when you're in your personal power, you are your best and truest higher self. You get the most satisfaction out of life by operating in your personal power. We had a talk on the blockages, and if you guys are not familiar with it, it's on another platform. I recorded it on another platform, another social media platform, where we talked about relationships and how you can attract better relationships in your life. There's a free questionnaire you can fill out. I'll give you a reading on your personal love attraction vibration. Welcome, Nicole. Welcome, Nicole. Wisdom. Welcome, welcome. Divine Rising, Divine Rising. Please tap screen, share the love, show the light, share the live. Thank you very much for the gift. So we talked about, why you are in that same sucky relationship every time you look around. Can I say something controversial? Can I say something controversial? All right. The reason you are in that sucky relationship is because you sucky. Divine rise and knowledge. The reason you in that sucky relationship is because you sucky. I know you hate to hear that. I know you think you're great. I know you think you're fantastic, but you're drawing the energy to you that you're putting out. All right? The problem's always you. I had someone talk to me yesterday about some issues they're going to. It always comes back to you. Why does that make you feel that way? Why do you respond that way? Why do they trigger you? Why are you in that bad relationship? Because your energy level is so low that you're drawing that into you. You're drawing that to you. When you work on yourself and you clear your own traumas and you heal yourself and you raise your vibration, you cannot do anything but draw love and light to you. You cannot do anything but have positive experiences. Everything becomes positive when you're walking in your true self. You understand the nature of everything and you're good with it. You find the love and light in everything. I always like to go back to knowledge. Very, very potent question of how do we forgive? And we come to the agreement that you forgive and forget. I know the world teaches you that you should forgive but never forget. But that's retaining that negative energy. And you can't get to your highest self if you're holding negative energy in you. So you have to forget it so you can clear that trauma and move to your higher self. Now, if you want to hang around in this plane of resistance, holding grudges and mad at people and living in your low vibrational, you're going to have to repeat this again. Well, it's very clearly, Annie B, is it Aunt B, Auntie B? You keep raising your vibration and two things are going to happen. Two things are going to happen. Either that person is going to match your vibration or they're going to be repelled by your vibration. Either they're going to be attracted to you or they're going to be repelled from you. If you keep working on yourself, either that person is going to match your vibration or they're going to be repelled by you. Be prepared for either one. So how do you open your third eye? You just want all the answers right now, huh? If I told you, Janet, to meditate for 3 hours each day, would you do that? Would you do that? If that was the answer. Goddess, welcome, Goddess. Welcome. Glad you're in here. Everybody wants to answer. If I told you to meditate for 3 hours, would you do that? Well, then try meditating for 3 hours each day. Meditate for 3 hours each day. That'll work. That'll work. Okay? I guarantee that'll work. You about to get blocked, Ninja. You about to get blocked. I have a new thing. To my moderators, To my moderators, 'cause a lot of people say I'm quick on the block. I'm gonna be very general with. So my moderators that are in here, right? When I do not today, and I call out the name of the individual, all right, I don't have the energy for it. Well, you need to sit and pay attention to what we're discussing, and then you may have a better understanding. We are discussing how to raise your personal power. This is not an open forum where we can just, I'm just going to answer every question that's in your mind this morning, like I have nothing better to do. We're talking about raising your personal power and clearing how to clear your third eye chakra. Have a great day. You have a great day. Divine light and love and light in your journey. See, that's how you do that. If it's not for you, keep it moving. That's how you do that. I truly appreciate that. You may come back and you hear something that's good for you. Okay? Yeah. So, I almost lost my train of thought. I wanted to mention, okay, all right, I hope everything's okay, Nicole. I hope everything's okay. I wanted to mention something. I think it was Janet or someone said, I think it was Auntie B. How do you walk with a spouse that doesn't walk? I assume you meant not physically. All right. I've come to the conclusion, the unhappy conclusion, that some of us are trauma bond. Some of us are trauma bond or trauma bonded or bonded to our traumas. Some of us don't want healing. Some of us don't want to be higher. Some of us are so connected to our pain that we don't know who we are without the pain. I kind of came to that conclusion working with a number of people. All right. Because when you call me and I give you solutions and then you don't act on those solutions, but then you call me again and we have to go over it again, I realize that you are connected to that pain. That you for some reason you feel comfortable in that space. Change is difficult. Change is hard. All right. Growth is difficult. Growth is hard. It wouldn't be growth or change if it wasn't tough to do. When I used to work out, when I used to go physically work out, as above, below, when I used to physically work out, you think it was easy? Anyone that has dieted, worked out, did anything in the physical plane, do you think it was easy? You know from a fact it was difficult. It was very hard. The same in your spiritual journey. It is tough to leave things alone that do not serve your highest good. It is tough to leave people alone who do not benefit your highest good. But we are trauma bonded, connected to these people. We are connected to these people because there's something familiar about that pain that we rather appreciate than something we don't know nothing about. Even though that may be happiness, joy, love, we're not comfortable with that unknown. So we stick with the pain because we know the pain. Nicole, where's my piano? I'm preaching today. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much. You got to pick it up. If you're going to be my organist, Nicole, come on now. You got to be on it now. I know you in and out at the doctor's office, but I need that, okay? All right? Don't get cussed out like you do at these churches. You mess up at these churches, they cuss you out now. You know, you go to these churches, they'll stop the whole sermon and cuss out the organist. You know, they don't play that in the churches, so we ain't going to play that either. All right? We're going to be on it, all right? So... I remember Les Brown told this story. He told this story about walking past this man on a porch. And there was a dog on the porch. And the dog was just moaning and groaning. Just moaning and groaning. Moaning and groaning. Y'all let me know if y'all heard this before or if this is you. Let me know if this is you. All right. I respect everyone in their journey. I'm just telling you a story. If it resonates, resonate. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But let me know if it's you. It's in there moaning and groaning. Moaning and groaning. People hate to hear you call. They hate to hear you call. Your closest friend hate to pick up the phone because they know you about to moan and groan. I'm talking about true friends who done really gave you advice and tried to share things with you, but they know you ain't ready for it. They love you to death. They know you're not ready for it. And you calling them all about to moan and groan again. All right? So this dog is moaning and groaning on the porch. Just moaning and groaning. And so he walks past the man. He asks the man, why is the dog moaning and groaning? The man says the dog is sitting on a nail. He's laying on a nail. The nail is sticking him in the side, and it hurts, you know? And so Les Brown said, why don't the dog move? And the man said, because it doesn't hurt him bad enough. Some of us are so trauma bonded to people, so connected. I mean, we want to call people narcissistic. We want to call them, misogynist, and not really recognize how we are connected to that trauma, how we are bonded to that trauma, how we're connected to that person. So I came to the conclusion that I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, keep sharing the information, keep trying to help people raise their consciousness, give them the tools to do that, give them the lessons, give them the information. But I've come to that conclusion that people are not going to do things until it hurts them bad enough. They're not going to do things till they hurt them bad enough. And the beautiful part about it is you don't have to do anything drastic. You can sit and meditate with a crystal for a few minutes and you can raise your consciousness. You can wear certain colors to bring that energy into your system. That we call it subtle energy. It's not a bam, wham, lightning flash, oh God, you straight. It's a very subtle energy. Who's this? Ready to win? Thank you for coming in. Ready to win. Oh, that's Lady Chanel. Divine Rising. Divine Rising. You can do the smallest things that are going to help you grow your consciousness and raise your vibration. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Ready to Win. I truly appreciate the gifts. It doesn't take a lot, but until you realize you are trauma bonded to that person, trauma bonded to that situation, and want to change, really sincerely want to change. You don't have to pack your bags and cut somebody out and move out the house. All you have to do is keep working on yourself. As above, below. If you wanted to get fit, you don't have to go lift the side of a building or lift a truck. You can do push-ups on the wall. You can do sit-ups on your bedroom floor. And slowly but gradually, with consistency and insistence, you're going to change. You're going to become more physically fit. You're going to become more healthy. It's the same with your spiritual journey. You don't have to do a whole lot. You just have to do something consistently. You have to work on this stuff consistently. That's all you have to do. Be consistent at it. When we do our subs and we work with the transits, the movements of the planet, if you're not a subscriber, you should think about subscribing. Right? We work with the movement of the planets. I recommend the colors, the chakras, and the crystals. The tools that we have to aid us in our divine journey here, into our work here, to help break up that energy in our chakras. It's pretty much 7 crystals that we work with and 7 colors that we work with. It's not a lot of work, but it's a consistent work. You have to do the work. You have to do the work if you want to be better. It doesn't just happen. You have to do something to attract it into your life. So we're talking about the third eye chakra, blockages that may occur in the third eye chakra that are preventing us. You shouldn't. Now, it's such a small thing to do. I'm going to tell you, it's so powerful. I'm going to tell you, it's so powerful that if you start just putting a few crystals in your pocket, just put them in your pocket, right? It's gonna start to stir a little bit in you. It's gonna start to kind of give you some deeper insights. I'm just gonna say it like this, right? I've been told, and I'm so honored. I've been told just by me being in places with people, I have sparked something in them. That is the highest compliment I can receive and that anyone should receive, because when you start reaching your highest level, your highest vibrational level, it's not about communicating anymore. It is about your presence and the energy that radiates off your aura. You know what we forgot to do? We know what we forgot to do? We forgot to do our aura twist. Now that I mentioned aura, would you guys mind if we do an aura twist really quick? Because we're talking about personal power, and we didn't do any of the stuff that I wanted to do because I went right into the discussion after I said the prayer. So let's back up a little bit. There's a few people in here. I think you guys are going to like this. All right. This is an aura twist. So we're talking about personal power. We're going to get back to the blockages, but this is about increasing your personal power. If you're familiar with auras, you have 7 energy fields around your body. All right. And you can increase those energy fields. Right. So when you walk in a place, people turn around. When you are communicating, people pay attention. All right. You're projecting a stronger force field. I don't know. It's always good to come back. Always good to come back. All right. So we're going to do an aura twist really quickly. We should have done it earlier, but I'm glad we're doing it now. There's a lot more people in here. All right. I want you to place your right hand over your heart and extend your left hand out. Breathe in, feel your belly, and then breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. See, I'm extending my right hand. Hand goes back over my heart. All right, breathing out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. That's how we do an aura twist. It is no different from doing jumping jacks to hype yourself up, to get your energy level up. You want to increase your aura by breathing in and breathing out. Okay. That's the aura twist. All right. And since we're talking about personal power and I got distracted, being human, jump right into it. I wanted to start, and tomorrow's the last day we're going to talk about personal power. Then we're going to move into something else, right? Let's call our power back to us. Let's call our power back to us. Those that have been on a spiritual journey are probably familiar with this. Those that are not, this is probably new to you. But because you are a powerful being and you give your power away to everyone that comes around, you give it away to your job, you give it away to your relationships, you give it away to everyone. Let's call a little bit of it back to yourself. You can repeat or you can listen. I call my power back to me from every person, place, and entity, from every space, portal, time, and dimension. I call my power back to me. From every connection, attachment, and vessel where I left it either intentionally or unintentionally, I call my power back to me. Let's say that one more time. I call my power back to me from every person, place, and entity, from every space, portal, time, and dimension. I call my power back to me. From every connection, attachment, and vessel where I left it intentionally or unintentionally, I call my power back to me. Again, we're talking about your personal power. If you want to know what your personal power level is, I have a free questionnaire you can fill out. Go to the link tree, fill out the questionnaire. I'll give you a readout on your personal power. Personal power is how you show up in the world, how you influence people, who you are, how you present yourself. It is important that you recognize your personal power so you can eventually stop being misused and gaslighted about you're not important. You're not important to this thing. You're not important to this company. You're not important to this relationship. I could take or either leave you or I could take you. Believe when you show up, all right, you should be appreciated, not tolerated. Anytime you show up, you should be appreciated and not just tolerated. Tap the screen, share the love, share the live. If you agree with that you should be appreciated and not just tolerated, please share this live and tap the screen. A lot of people may think it is boastful on my part, but you don't know my story, you don't know my journey, so we shouldn't judge people. But I have the mindset I will be honored. I want to invite you to take on that mindset too, that you will be honored. You can have all the money, you can have the best relationship, but if you don't respect yourself, you have nothing. You have nothing. Because someone can take your money and a relationship can misuse you if you don't understand your true worth. You are worth your weight in gold. That is in your solar plex chakra. That is affirmation in our solar plex. We are worth our weight in gold. But we're talking about the third eye and how blockages in the third eye can prevent you from walking into your personal power. How blockages in your third eye can prevent you from walking into your personal power. Let's move on. The inability to self-express without the insights and gain from a balanced third eye chakra, expressing your true self can become difficulty. This can lead to conformity and suppressing your authentic voice, which is crucial for standing in your power. I hate to hear people say that they are authentic, when in reality, all they do is follow the norm. All they do is try to fit in. All they do is try not to rock the boat. But everyone wants to say they're authentic, they're their own person, that they speak their own truth. I'm going to hit you with this really quickly. Your third eye is what gives you insight on who you are. Your third eye gives you insight on who you are. If your third eye is blocked, how do you know who you are? How can you be authentic? I mean, some conformity in the world is fine. But again, we have people who are doing jobs, in relationships. A lot of people got married to somebody that they did not love because they were going along with what the world wanted them to do. Some people are doing things in their lives, even though they disagree with them, but they don't want to displease either their mother or their father. Who out there don't want to displease their father? Who is scared to tell their father the truth about what they desire for their lives, but they don't want to disappoint him. How many people are doing things? I was surprised, and I know women love children, but I was surprised at the pressure that society puts on women to have children. I was very surprised that is, before you can figure out what you want to do with your life, they want you to do something else. So who are you really? I mean, before we get into your personal power, hell, we got to figure out who you are personally. You can't have no power if you don't know who you are. If you can't stand in your truth, yeah, and marriage. A lot of people got married because that's what society wanted them to do. People are doing what society wants to do. Now society wants us to do a bunch of negative things, and a lot of us are not even comfortable with those things, but we do it because society wants us to do it. Society writes their stories, divine slip. Parents write their stories. Everybody writes your story but you. I want you to take a moment and really think about you. Before you can get into your power, you got to get into who you are. Who are you authentically? And it may not agree with everyone else. People may look at you side-eye. People may challenge you on it. That ain't you. That ain't you. Sometimes it is going against the grain. If it means you being you, sometimes it is going against the grain. But before you can get into any personal power and raising your vibration, you have to be comfortable with who you are and you have to be authentic. Friday, we talked about the throat chakra and speaking your truth. Now we're going to talk about the third eye and seeing your truth. When you look in the mirror, do you see an authentic person? Do you see someone who accepts their flaws just as eagerly as they accept their victories? Do you see someone who understands who they truly are? I promise you I'll get to it, Shauna. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm working on getting to those. I always sometimes I admire people like, who really like, I'll give you a case in point. I'm trying to be really clean with this. Be really clean with this. And this is not an agreement with anything or disagreement with anything. I'm just trying to share a story. And a lot of times people are like, I'm just trying to relate something. Okay. All right. If you have a better way for me to relate what I want to express, I'll be glad to listen to you. But I'm just trying to relate something. It's not an agreement or disagreement with anything. But there's a certain segment of society that suppresses their feelings for the same sex. Can we say that? Okay. And they live their life suppressing that. And do you notice that when they finally are open with that, how happy they are? Do you know how happy they are when they finally are able to be who they are, who they feel they authentically are? I always admire that. You ever notice that? When they live the whole life in denial and they get to a certain age and they are like, they are the happiest, most content people in the world. Some of us are living our lives like that. Welcome back. Some of us are living our lives like that, where we are suppressing who we are. It may not be in that sense. It may not be in that sense, but a lot of us are suppressing our true selves, our true beliefs, what we believe. We go to these churches. Oh, they're about to start talking about these churches again. And we follow that stuff hook, line, and sinker without even questioning that it doesn't make any damn sense. Because we conform to what we're told. I know they're about to restrict me again. Send me the link. You're told what to do in school. You're told what to do in society. And you're told to do what to do in religion. And we follow this stuff and we believe this stuff. And we're told not to even ask a question because you don't need to be thinking on your own. If you start thinking on your own, all of a sudden you're going to want to be your own person. You're going to have your own opinion. You're going to walk in your own truth. We don't need all that. We need conformity. We need sheep. We need you to follow what's being told so I can keep getting rich and being happy and living my best life. You should question everything. You should believe in conspiracy theories, not because they're true, because they are the evidence of an active mind. You shouldn't believe in conspiracy theories because they're true. They are just the evidence of an active mind, a questioning mind. That's why you should believe in conspiracy theories. Now, we don't believe in conspiracy. I personally believe the moon is fake. It's not whether the moon is fake or not. It is my mind questions everything. This is how you get to your authentic self. By examining the world, questioning things, and finding what resonates with you. Well, if you want to believe that, you're welcome to believe that divine slip. You're welcome to believe it. You're welcome to believe it. But it's not whether it's true or not. It is the questioning of things that we seek. Can you agree with that, divine slip? It is good to question everything. Some things may resonate with people, some things may not. It's okay. Everyone's on their journey. You know. There's no evidence of what I say, just like there's no evidence of what they say. Exactly, Lady Chanel. There's no evidence. Okay, I asked the guy. He's quoting the Bible. And I said, how do you know that's true? And he said, because the man of God wrote it and said it was true. I said, how do you know he was telling the truth? Because he said he was telling the truth. I wanted to shoot myself. That's a circle. That's a dumb circle. Okay? Look. Y'all see this? God told me to write this. How dare you not believe me? How dare you not believe me? How dare you question me when I just told you, all right, you sound stupid. I just told you God told me to write that. And now I want you to go teach it to the world. Ready to win? You go take this and you go teach this to the world now because I told you where it came from. And you're like, can I get a little bit more evidence? Oh, I got to kill you now. I got to kill you. You want evidence? You want evidence? I got to kill you. You're going to hell because you want evidence. You want something a little bit more. You want to confirm that a little bit more, huh? You're going to hell. You're going to hell. If you question me, if you ask for a little bit more evidence, I didn't say I didn't disagree, Pastor. I just want a little bit more. I gave you all the evidence you need. Now, either you believe or you're going to hell. You take your pick. You take your pick. Either you believe I guess I don't want to go to hell. Yeah, you don't want to go to hell. They lay hands on you more than one way. All right, they lay hands on you more than one way. All right, they lay hands and they lay hands. All right, religion has killed more people in the name of their belief than any other system in the world. When they lay hands, you getting the good part of it. Nicole, you can get those other hands too. All right, the Jesuit priests, right, used to carry a Bible. You know, the Jesuit priests, they're Catholic priests that went over into South America to convert the heathens. I'm going to tell you something about these heathens, all right? They had the Bible in one hand, and they wore black robes. If you don't know about the Jesuit priests, look them up. They wore black robes, right? They had the Bible in one hand and a pistol in the other hand. You either take this or you take that, like the whole mafia. You want the gold or the silver, all right? No, the gold or the lead. The mafia, like, you want the gold or the lead, all right? You can either believe this or I'm going to prove it to you, all right? You can either believe what I'm telling you. You can believe what I'm telling you, or I'm going to prove it to you. All right, all right, all right. So you got to be all that way about it. I guess I'll start questioning things. So you got to be that way about it. Hey, like Nicole says, you got to act like that, Pastor. So you got to act like that. I ain't going to question nothing. Oh, yeah, that's the whole part of the system. Whole part of the system. To take their power. Let me tell you something about heathens, Native people, all right? Native Americans. I'm going to tell you something. Well, we all agree they were pretty spiritual. I think we all can agree that Native people were more spiritual than us in our little boxes, in our little churches, right? And I'm going to tell you why, all right? I'm going to tell you why, all right? If you want to see the evidence of God, divine source, in our plane of existence, in our physicality, yeah, you can hear the word of God, you can feel impressions, but if you want to see the physical manifestation of divine source, look at our world. Look at a waterfall. Look at a forest. Look at a ocean, and you'll see the power of divine source. And Native people were connected to that. They were closely aligned with that, and that's why they were more spiritual than us. Just like when you go outside and you see the sky, you get immediately more connected to that. That's why they were more spiritual. But that spirituality had to be wiped out of them. And they had to be given a false doctrine, a false belief system, so they could be controlled. Hey, I'm just telling you. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That was the next level. It's been a whole system here. And as I try to share the information that you may seek it for yourself, don't believe me, just you go find out. You start questioning. You start to examine. And I'll meet you in the same place. Because I'm examining, I'm questioning in my walk, and we're moving along this path. Oh, there you go. There you go. I like that. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. I don't know, people. I don't know. I'm so grateful that I'm able to share this, but I hope that you will actually question things and study for yourself and learn your own truth and come to your authentic self. Come to your authentic self. You, what are you guys talking about? Oh, right, Sophia. Christ consciousness. We don't, you hit me right where I feel. We don't talk about Jesus Christ. We talk about Christ consciousness. Have you heard of Sophia consciousness? Sophia? Have you ever heard the term Sophia consciousness? Why are you yelling, Divine Slip? Why are you yelling? Oh, okay. All right. I can feel your energy. I can feel your energy. You hitting it right on point. You're hitting it right on point. I want you to go look up whatever you think I'm saying. Whatever you think I'm saying, look it up and find your own truth. Find what resonates with you in your journey. Find your authentic self. Walk in your personal power, because once you have that, the world is yours. So I really want you to go seek it for yourself. Let's recap really quickly as we go over this. We're talking about the third eye and issues that may be preventing you from walking in your personal power as they relate to the third eye. You guys have made friends on there. Okay, that's cool. Friends are always good. Nice community. So we talked about blockages in the third eye, how it can limit your intuition. You guys need more than red flags. Y'all need to really tap into your intuition. Them flags are waving. Them flags are waving like you had a speed race 500 and you blowing past those flags. A lot of us blowing past those flags, okay? So you need to work on that third eye. Maybe that'll get you paying attention to all the things that are not serving your highest good, okay? Clear thinking. Not only are you seeing things, are you thinking clearly about them? Are you even thinking clearly about them? Or are you in some delusional world about it? That's a blockage to the third eye, that you're not even thinking clearly about it. You got confusion, mental fog, and difficult seeing the bigger picture. You're walking around in confusion, mental fog, and difficult seeing the picture. I know that's not a us. I just want you guys to share it with somebody that it is. All right? Say, yeah, you in a whole mental fog. We decided, and I'm gonna put it out here really quick, right? We decided, don't go nowhere yet. We decided that saying people are low vibration, low consciousness, may be a little strong. Maybe a little strong when people are on their journey. People do operate in low vibration. They do operate in lower consciousness, but that may be a little strong. So we're gonna say they're human-y. They being human. They human-y. They human in themselves. They being human. And sometimes you might want to say, I can't deal with your human today. I can't deal with your human today. All right? I used to have not today, but now we're going to say, I can't deal with your human. Human, right? All right? So we're going to say, I just can't deal with your human today. Let's try to be more enlightened as we, there are low vibrational people. There are low vibrational people and there are low consciousness people. But some people are just in their human selves. And they just, we're trying to get into our spiritual self. Remember I told you that human is very limited? You don't even see the whole visual spectrum. You see about this much of it. All right? There's a whole visual spectrum. You can't even see as you're human. So I know you can't really understand a lot of the higher concepts. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about if you're talking to somebody and you're trying to, express something to them and they're just not getting, just say, I can't deal with your human self today. You just being human. All right? I get it. You're being human. You want to suck your thumb and curl up like a baby. I get what you want, okay? You're human here, all right? Then you let me know how that sounds. Is that a better way of addressing people? And I just say you low vibration, not today. So emotional imbalance. Your third eye influences your emotional responses and your perception. You know why I hate to text people? Because texts are always left to interpretation. And if a person is reading it the wrong way, Keenan and Peele did a great skit about it, how people are reading things the wrong way. It's the same way when your third eye is blocked, you're perceiving the world the wrong way. The lower three chakras are important that maintain our present here, but our journey is to our higher chakras. You can't read the emotion behind it. And the same way, think about that as above, below. Apply these concepts to your own life. If your third eye is blocked, you cannot understand the emotion behind what the person is saying. You're reflecting on your emotion. You cannot see the bigger picture. There's a lot of times when you're responding to a person and that's not even what they're talking about. You are missing the larger picture. You're responding, and that's not even what they're talking about. You ever had that happen? And they say, you're not even, that's not even what I'm talking about. Your disconnection from your higher self. When the third eye is blocked, you may feel disconnected from your higher self or spiritual guidance. We won't get into this in the crown chakra, but you are not you. You are not you. I don't know how many times I have to share that. You are not you. You are a higher being. This is just an avatar. This is just a layer you put on, a human form you are walking in right now. And when that third eye is blocked, you cannot see that. You cannot see that you should be the observer and just observing life and not be so ingrained in it. Oh, you're quite welcome. I didn't know what they were called. I appreciate platonics. I hope I can remember that, platonics. Fear is you're too connected to this human form that you're residing in your lower chakras, and you're too connected. Fear does not exist in your higher state because nothing can harm you. Nothing can harm you, your energy. Yeah, they can take this form. Sometimes you lose this form early, but you're going to lose it sooner or later. How they say in that movie, the only guarantee is none of us are getting out here alive. None of us are getting out of here alive. So while you hanging on to this form like it's an old valuable coat, you're going to have to give it up one day. You're going to have to give it up one day. When we all go, I don't know if it's going to be together. All right, I'm going to call you later on, Nicole, probably around 11. Probably call you around 11. All right? None of us are getting out here alive. So while you hanging on to this like it's a valuable coat, you're going to have to give it up. You're going to have to give it up, okay? So you should do the work. Do the work on the higher self. That's eternal. Do the work on your divine self. Because not only can it help you in your spiritual journey, it can help you right here and now. Right here and now, your higher self can serve you. I think Divine Slip, your keyboard is stuck on caps. Being in your true self, your higher self, can serve you now. It can determine how you move, how you show up in the world, how you present yourself. So I hope this has resonated with someone. Please check out my YouTube channel. I reload these videos back up. They're recorded. You can follow the whole thing. You can go to my Patreon page and get access to this whole talk, the points I made in it, the ways that we're blocking our third eye. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. We do a lot of work with our chakras in our subscription, in our subgroup. We just have one. These are the colors that we're focused on and the chakras. I don't care if they block me now because I'm about to go. All right. We're working on our heart that is supposed to be green, our root, and our yellow chakra, which is our solar plexus. Okay. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. I truly thank you. Ready to win. I truly appreciate you guys. It doesn't work unless you work it. It doesn't work. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot to get it started, but it's going to be so much greater later. All right. As you come to a full understanding of how powerful you are, how life is meant to serve you, how prosperity and happiness is your natural state. You come from love. You come from love. Your natural state is love. I want to wish everyone love and light in their journey today. I truly appreciate all you guys that have stopped in and allowed me to share this message with you. Please tap into me. Fill out the subscription. Go to my link tree. Click on the link tree. Going to give you access to all the links. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys, okay? Love and light in your journeys. Mind my mind, mind my mouth, and mind my heart. Love and light.